The Crown Attorney in the 2018 Team Canada World Junior SA trial laid out everything that they are alleging took place between the victim and the 5 players involved in the trial. I'll tell you all about it, but if you're new here, I'm covering this story very, very closely and giving updates every step of the way, so if you want to be up to date with it, make sure you drop a follow. Just a fair warning, everything I'm going to talk about is very graphic and horrific, so just a little bit of a fair warning going in, but allegedly on June 19th, 2018, after Team Canada was done at their gala, they eventually went to Jack's Bar in London, Ontario, and that is eventually where McLeod and the victim met. They were both getting drinks, and then they both started dancing, and then eventually they agreed to go back to his hotel room after they were both already drunk, and there they consensually had sex. The Crown then alleges, after they were done, with the victim still laying under the covers naked, McLeod got up, took his phone, and texted in a group chat, "Three-way, quick, 209, Mikey," basically inviting the other players to his hotel room, which was number 209, so they could do things to the victim. Just a little bit of a note, the victim has not testified yet. This is just what the Crown is alleging that she will testify later on in court. The Crown then goes on to state how there was up to 10 men in the room through different points in the night, and that the victim was going along with whatever they were saying because she was drunk, uncomfortable, and didn't know what would happen if she did anything else that the players did not want her to. And then this is the truly graphic part. It is alleged that McLeod, Hart, and Dubé each received oral sex from the victim non-consensually. Alex Formenton also then had non-consensual sex with her in a bathroom. Michael McLeod then also had non-consensual sex with her again later in the night, and then it is also alleged that Cal Foot spanked her bare buttocks and then also put his genitals on her face. The Crown says that the victim did not say no or try to physically resist, but you have to put it in her perspective that she was 20, drunk, and in a room with a bunch of large men that were talking as if she wasn't even in the room. The victim then apparently tried to leave throughout different points in the night, but the men convinced her to stay, and she found herself going through the motions with them. The Crown then goes on to allege that the men did not try and receive consent for anything that they were doing to the victim, they just did what they wanted, and then later on in the night, McLeod took a video of the victim saying that everything was all consensual, basically that they forced her to do it, and basically they're saying that this was forced upon her and that it was not actually consented to. The victim apparently left the hotel in tears and eventually called her friend and cried in the shower. Once police were contacted, it is alleged that McLeod reached out to her in a text message to try and make this all go away. There was also allegedly a group chat where players from the team and the 5 on trial were all talking and making sure their story was all on the same page for the investigators. As always, everything I talked in this video is all alleged because the men have not been properly tried in a court of law. But everything that was talked about today was truly graphic and horrific, and my heart goes out to the victim, and I'll have more updates on the case whenever they happen.